So I heard a lot of people talking about the proof of concept. Either they are not knowing about the importance of proof of concept, or they want to take it to the next level. So they want to have a perfect understanding of how important is the POC. So we've got a guest, like I said, he'll be arriving later and he'll be mentioning some things, and he is a serial entrepreneur. So he'll be giving you his perspective on the POC, which I keep on giving in small doses to my startups over the meetings, weekends or weekdays, wherever. So let's start off the event, wherein we have a couple of startups who would be presenting whatever they have to offer in terms of a product or a service, or how they are trying to influence the ecosystem in which sector. So the first is the Arts and Craft Gallery. You already heard Akshaya. So she's been there in India. She's also been to the Australian continent and back to India to start something of her own, and a relatively different field, I would say, which is not very techy or food or something else, but an interesting concept. So to hear more about her concept, her venture, and how she plans to take it forward, what things she has done so far, please help me invite on the stage Akshaya, the founder of Arts and Craft Gallery.
Thanks, Amit. Hi guys, everyone. Can you hear me well? Okay. Cool. Okay, sorry, the formatting might be off because we just copy-pasted the thing on this computer. So that's okay, Excuse me for this mess today. Okay, so what we are going to talk about today is about who am I, why I started the company, and what I exactly do in this. So it's a social enterprise for bringing together all the artists and artisans worldwide on one platform. And it's not a marketplace, it's not only an association, it's an aggregator, connector and enabler platform, which is a unique concept which does not exist in the art and craft industry anywhere in the world. That's why we started it. Now let's start with the story. I would like to answer all your questions at the end of the session. So thanks for that. Cool. Okay. Is it okay if I use my USB and see if it works? Because this was a bit tragic for them to be. I'm sorry. Or should I just put my... Yes. You don't. So it's triggered a PDF. Okay, we can save this number. Anyway, I'll go ahead, let this person figure out what he's doing. So this is me. I started this company in October 2013. I myself is a very self-taught creative person. I know a lot of creative crafts and arts. My paintings have been selected to Kalaniketan for 2 years in 90s, and my paintings have been got to London galleries through that competition. But even then, my parents thought being an artist is a struggling career, so I shouldn't be an artist. So I ended up going to Australia for my bachelor's, did my bachelor in business management there, and since then I lived in Australia for 12 years. And during that period I realized that people like in the developed nation, they are very keen on their passion. They worry about working in their passionate industry rather than the financial security. So I realized that thing, and I kept on pursuing my hobbies and art and craft passionately along with my full-time job. And in 2010, I got my first maternity break, and in that I started a blog sharing all my hobby and craft stuff on it. And unknowingly, I started getting orders from it from US and UK. And that's how my business started suddenly. So I kept on doing it for 2 years with my full-time job, a kid, and a business. and the husband was somewhere in the vicinity there. And so in 2000, all these 2 years, I realized all the problems that person faces, because we have to keep on changing our hats from creative to marketing to a business, and it's a big juggle for a creative person. It hampers the creativity a lot. And in 2012, I was expecting my second child, and at that time, I realized that time will be less, and I need to do something. I need to hire resources. I need to outsource something. So this whole thing keeps on going. And my husband is the big entrepreneur bug in the house. So for him, this is like the fourth venture. For me, this is the first venture. So I said to him, look, what we do now. So he said, let's hire a website wala and, let's get all these social media people and they do all these things for you. You keep on making. So we tried doing that and it failed terribly for 6 months. Why? Because the technology people are not industry savvy people. They don't know anything about art and craft industry. So it fails terribly. They are not able to communicate. So instead of saving my time, it became a headache for me. So I decided to pull it back in-house because I said, look, I learned how to build a blog myself, even if I'm not a techie person. So I'm sure I'll figure out everything else. And since then, I got mentors on board because that's when it hit me that what are the problems our industry people are facing? Can I solve them? Then I realized that yes, the artist, any artist, if they go to a market to sell their wares, they have to pay the rent, plus they have to wait for the people to come in. And they're there for more than 14 hours a day. And plus making the stock for that day is a big challenge. If they go to a gallery, they have to pay 30 to 70% selling commission. In New York, every gallery is 70% selling commission. No way. So you get only 30% remaining of profit, out of which will be a lot of cost for making those products. So artist is not making a lot of money. And with all these online, like there was Etsy, there was Amazon, there were so many other platforms. The problem is technology. The artists don't have time to learn technology. We all know that every month we have to update a website. Something new rules comes up. SEO rules, Facebook rules, everything changes. And a person doesn't have time to even make the art, progress in the art, and also progress in the technology. And that was the big friction for these guys to get online. Also, the not understanding the fine prints of the Amazon rules and regulations and commission systems and all the outgoings. So when the taxation time came, it feels like, wow, I made so many sales, but I'm actually making a loss. And it took them 12 months to realize that. So I said, I need to do something. And that's why I decided to start a social platform which actually connects these people, solves their technology problems, and does not charge them any selling commission. So actually this industry becomes strong and becomes a mainstream. Like a professional, how lawyers, doctors, CAs have association worldwide. But artists do not have an association worldwide. They have association every country, city, maybe. And that fails because it is dependent on government money. Otherwise, it is run by the people who are retired now. So the young blood is not going into the association to make it work. So that's another problem I face. So I said, well, where the young blood goes, they go online. Let's do it online. So this is an association which provides a marketing platform, enables these people, educates them with the business side of things, and also give them opportunity to put exhibition overseas. So 3 of Indian artists have already exhibited in Australia this year. Now we are bringing Australian artists to India. So this is an art without border concept that we are launching in 2016. So this whole thing started in 2000. So in this whole journey, being a first generation migrant to Australia, starting a first time business because I do not belong to a business family, and on top of it, I started a social enterprise. So I had these mentors on board. Yeah. So we got these mentors who helped me understand all the entrepreneurship of things. So I do not have an MBA degree, but I certainly have entrepreneurship programs done by these 3 guys, and they helped me a lot to build my business. So in 2013, I did Marie Forleo's program from US, and in Australia, I did entrepreneurship program for the whole 1 year with Jack Delosa and Andrew Morello. All these are self-made millionaires. None of them are MBA or Harvard people, and they're people from learning from School of Hard Knocks, and I learned from them. So they helped me.
Do you need a laptop?
Sorry, I have a laptop. It will just take longer time to put it up and set it up. Is it not working? You want me to get a laptop? Looks like, yeah, sorry.
No, it's there.
So we are back.
Project the wire is loose, Akshaya.
Loose connection. Yeah, good. Just unplug it.
Cool. So this is the platform I said is we accept all kind of artists. Anything that is made by hand, we accept. We can use technology, that's fine. As long as it's not mass manufacturing, it's fine. We also have cottage industry where one person is the idea person and they have a karigar under them and they're making it. We also have 3D printed lamps or laser cut jewelry and things like that. So we are not against technology at all, but we want consciousness of what we are making and how the process is made. I have shared this journey with you. So these were the problems of it, that people, everything changes and it takes so much of time that you're changed to the computer all the time, and then you feel like, oh, let's go back to the normal way of trading, go back to the markets, go back to the gallery and stay there, paying that 70% commission and things like that. And that's why we have that struggling artist syndrome. In 2014, sorry, I'll go to the next slide. So these are the mentors who guided me to help me understand the entrepreneurship journey. And with their guidance, from October 2013 to December 2014, we were in beta version only for Australians. We were not outside Australia. And January 2015, we launched worldwide. In first year, so we called 2015 our first official year worldwide. In that year, we were nominated for 6 business awards in Australia and US, out of which we bagged 5 business awards. Showing the business awards is not for show off, it's to prove the point that proof of concept. I tried to get that from all these awards by applying them, showing them the case studies for my beta version. And as I said, there is no direct competition or exact thing that anyone else is doing. So we have to get it proved by the other people that what we are doing is actually right. And I'm glad that this boosted us to go to the next level. So January 20. In first 1 year, we have 130 artists from 10 different countries, and we also got a lot of media in India, Australia, and US. Huffington Post, all the startups get grilled by them, so they did grill us as well, and saying why we are doing this, why are we disrupting the art world. So we said in 2014, the stats that we have is the visual art industry only in US was a $40 billion industry, whereas IT industry in US at the same time was $30 billion industry. And still we tell our kids to become an engineer and not an artist. That's what we are changing. We are changing the perspective of how we look at art and craft industry. And we knowing the fact that it is the biggest earning industry, it needs to be respected, but the makers are not making money. So if you guys make money, many of you are app wallas here, you will understand when you make an app, it does not exist in reality, it exists in your brain. And you're trying to make that code work for you and bring it together. So what are you doing? You're making an app. You still need an investor, you need a marketer, you need everything. And you get all the gamut, and when the app becomes famous, the maker also become famous. Art mein aisa nahi hota hai. Art happens reverse way. Art mein when the art goes, it's the art seller, the marketer, those are the people who become big fat, not the artist. The artist still remains in a small hat. So that's what we are changing by not charging any selling commission, bringing direct connectedness with the makers worldwide. So we make artists famous. All our platform, we know the seller name, seller's profile. It's not like buy the cheapest one and walk away on our platform. We save their screen time. They don't have to learn any technology. We upload all the work for them. We promote it for them. We increase their online exposure, but we do not increase their working hours. They still work only for the offline activities. They don't have to work for the online activities. We are one stop. We also provide them all the marketing and PR activities. If they have a special launch, they want to do any solo exhibitions, or they have a special theme products that they are launching, we can help them with the launches and all. And in all this process, we never charge any selling commission. Of course, there are fees, but that is only to cover our cost. So we do this to abolish the syndrome that artists struggle with. Everyone struggles after. Right now, sorry, I missed your name.
Mangesh.
Mangesh. So Mangesh was talking about how the graduates are not able to get job. So if you see every graduate, every person who does anything for 3 years is only a subject knowledge expert, but he's not able to do anything out of that knowledge. They need support system. And unfortunately, artists do not have any support system. All the other graduates, after graduating, they have all this C++ से लेके professional coaching तक सब कुछ होता है. But artists don't have. They don't even have art coaches. So this is how terrible it is. That's what we are fulfilling for that gap in the industry. And Forbes.com says by 2020, 80% of the people will not have a job, 9 to 5 jobs. They will be freelancers, entrepreneurs, or contractors. And that is in US. That will be around 5 million people in US right now. And why is that? Because we are into connection economy. I care, that's why I buy. If I don't care, I will not buy. So people are aware of what happens when you buy made in China things. So that's where we bring in, but if you don't know, okay, I don't want to buy made in China, where do I go? So this is where we connect, saying, okay, you want to buy, this is the person, if you buy from this person, what is the impact you're creating? So there is a cautious buying in there. And since last year, 1st of December, I opened my business in India, launched a branch here because of the demand here. And in 1 year, we have got these people who have become an advisory board member who guide me in this industry because they mainly believe in the social cause and also they have a very good knowledge of this industry, the arts and craft industry in India. So this is Mr. Ravi Dev. He is a Sanskar Bharti, is a branch of RSS that works in arts and crafts in India. So he's the secretary head of it. So he guides us in that aspect. Subhash Naik is an ex-editor of Lok Satta. He used to write a lot about arts and culture. Akshaya, CEO, guys, you might know him. He was a lecturer and a dean of engineering as well. He started at EDC cell in Pune University as well. So he helps on the entrepreneurship point of view. Mr. Mutha is the ozone mall builder. Now he given up that and now he does a lot of handicraft business. Mr. Upadhyay is an orator, spiritual speaker, but also works a lot in the professional culture events. So he guides us on that front. As I said, we are not only a marketing platform or selling platform, we are also a connection platform. So we have these strategic partners. So if suppose any artist want to do an exhibition in Australia, all the galleries are charging 50 to 70% selling commission. I have one gallery which does not charge a single selling commission. And if you are my member, then you do not have to stand in queue. You just get through it and you will put an exhibition there. 3 of Indian artists have done this year in there and got 60% sold out. We have a tie-up with a fashion blogger who writes all about the lifestyle products. She wears them and writes an article for my artist on them. These two are for Australian artists. They do not relate to India, but just a gist of it. The first one is an online directory so my members get listed in the directory for free of cost. Digital Ready is an NGO run by New South Wales government in Australia. And because I have grown my business completely to social media marketing and online PR, I'm one of the mentors there. I just give them, I write articles and do videos for them to educate the SMEs in Australia about how to use digital platforms. But Boriali is in Pune. We have tied up with them, so my members get 10 to 20% discounts on their supplies when they buy from Boriali, and plus home delivery from them. So PNG Art Space provides they have 8 galleries all over Maharashtra. So they have said again, any artist from my gallery wants to put a show there, they are ready to give the place for free of rent and no selling commission. So that's their tie-up with us. We have a lawyer on board who can give copyright services and help with the IPR and GI and everything else. So again, we are doing collaboration with various media channels, so my artists can be interviewed or portrayed in those platforms. What will we charge? The basic thing we charge is a lifetime membership of $50, which is $2,500. In that, they get a web page and they get opportunity to use all these strategic alliances that we have. They provide us 5 product images and information. We do the editing, uploading, all the SEO and all those things, and we have 10 social media platforms where we can promote them on. And we have around 25,000 followers on those 10 platforms. And this is what the difference of the website is compared to any other marketplaces. The photos are not downloadable. You can't download them. You can zoom and see. The prices can be converted in all the other currencies. You can ask a question there and it goes a form that is filled and you connect directly with the artist without showing their phone numbers or email addresses so people don't spam them, basically. And then you can find a profile about that artist here. Now if you see at this painting and you are not from the art background, we have all the detailed examples there as to what we are looking at. What is this painting about? This is a Bali's temple, and what is the significance of that temple? Why did that artist do that painting? What was the inspiration? So a person when looking at it understands why I need this painting or not. It is not only ye brush stroke hai, itne by itne ka painting hai, which doesn't make sense if you are not from an art background. You feel daunted and you don't know what to do with it. So this is the example. Shipping policies, reviews, everything is decided by artists. We do not dictate them. We help them, but they have to decide the price. And all the money goes back to them when you buy it from us. And every page we will see how the total viewers and the analytics are right out in front. The artists don't have to log in Google Analytics, यहाँ click करो, वहाँ click करो, कुछ नहीं करना है. They can see it right on the page how many views they are getting for their products. And if they're not getting a views, they understand that this product is not sellable online. They can change it. And at one time, when you see artist one profile, you see only her paintings. Just because there's an empty space, I will not put other person's painting there. Because that is the identity what we want to create on your mind. And you see artist's name is there. There's no restrictions on price. We have like 25 rupees to start hota hai, to 4 lakh tak jata hai. So we won't say that you can't put such a petty price or anything like that. Categories and all these things, we manage it for them. We write a blog, we interview artists, senior artists, do a video of them on YouTube channel so people can listen and read and understand that there's no one night wonders anywhere. This is the group exhibition that we did for Indian Australian artists. 2 Australian artists and 2 Indian artists displayed their show in Melbourne earlier this year. And my Indian artists did not have to travel. They had to just ship their products up there. And we did the whole marketing of the show and we had 100 plus people attending the show. Just to give you a statistics of 100 plus importance. In India, art show ka agar 50 bhi log aa jate hain na, so it is a hit show. So compared to that, we had 100 plus people in Melbourne without the artists being known there locally. And plus, they had a 60% sold out where we did not charge any selling commission to them. This is a flagship event that we do. This is a creative conference that we do in India. This is a business conference only for artisans and creative people, which is happening tomorrow again. And this is the stats from the 8th June one. We had 125 people from Mumbai and Pune attending. We had 3 speakers. Ravi Paranspe is a very senior artist, and Rahul Sulapur is an actor. Both of them were the chief guests for it. This is again, no one does that. No one educates these people. They only go to like demonstration workshops or paintings. They never actually sit like you guys are sitting here and learning and observing things. Even tomorrow people are calling me, "Mera painting leke aao, mera ye dikhao." I said, no, you can't come with any of your things because they hide behind their paintings. So it's a big job for us to pull them out of their studios or away from their artworks and make them sit and just listen. So that's a different thing that we are doing. In 2017, we'll be launching a diploma program for handloom and handicrafts industry in India and actually giving them an art of marketing art diploma program for them. This is another, as I support artists, I also want to educate people who want to buy art. So we have an Art Sunday event. We did it twice. Where we take 10 to 12 people together. We give them an understanding as to why to buy art, how to appreciate art for 1 hour. But then we take them across studios in Pune and show them the artist directly. ऐसा करते हैं तो इसे ये कहते हैं. What is the difference between pottery and what is the difference between this? So people are curious, but then there is no way to ask that question. And we do not have that many good museums in Pune or Bombay that people will go and learn from it. So this is an activity which we did. Now in 2017, we are collaborating with Pune Municipal Corporation to do this on a larger scale. These are some of the success stories. How am I going with the time? 5 minutes. Okay, I'm just going to go quickly through this. So this is an 85-year-old artist from Melbourne. These are my beta version. These are my founder people. So when I started the gallery, I already had 13 people who said yes, and then I launched my website with the 13 people. So these are one of the members who were early ones. 85-year-old artist doing this beautiful work, but because he was not a trained artist, none of the local galleries accepted his exhibition application. So he was selling on the roadside on Saturday, Sunday in the craft markets. He used to make art prints and sell them. And I visited him and I did all the uploading and online stuff for him. He got a very good sales online and he got reviews. So the local gallery then comes to him and say, we saw the reviews you are getting, so why don't you put an original show in our gallery? So he was completely, happy but sad at the same time because they said you have to stop selling with my gallery. So I said to him that is what we wanted. We wanted a branding for you. You got a branding. Go ahead. So now for last 2 years he's doing only one show a year rather than selling every Saturday, Sunday. This is Edith. She's a 70-year-old artist. Again, selling in a park market. Has a shop there goes there 5 days a week. Since joining us, then we promoted her workshops as well. She does kids workshop on Saturday, Sunday. We published her in 12 different magazines in 15 months, out of which one interview was in Huffington Post in US. So imagine this. This is a lady sitting in Melbourne, doesn't even know what Huffington Post is. Have to explain her what it is. Get her interviewed, and then she got published in US. And someone reads that article online from Dubai and sends her a consignment order. So, and she was like, why is this guy from Dubai calling me? Must be scam. And then I had to actually prove to her that it's not a scam, just do it. And then now she doesn't have a shop anymore, she works from home easily. So this is another classic example, jewelry designer. This is glass beads. She actually has to blow the molten glass and make those beads. And then use silver and gold to entwine them to make jewelry out of it. She's been doing this since 20 years now and selling at a market. But she was fed up when she met me. She was like, I'm done. People asking me for bargains, negotiations all the time. I'm done. I'm not selling them. So I said, we featured her in a Fashion Observer magazine in Australia again. Now because she's in the magazine, now she's a designer. So no one bargains with her. Now for last 2 years, she's taking 2 months a year off on a holiday. And whenever she goes on a holiday, I still have $400, $500 of orders in my gallery waiting for her. And I tell the buyer, sorry, my artist is on leave, can you buy something else? They say, no, let her come back and I'll get back to her. So, that is the power of branding and creating an identity for them, rather than just giving them a selling platform. So this is our own Indian success story, 2016 February. So this is an artist from Patiala. He is in Limca Book of Records and Guinness Book of Records. I met him last year in December at Korega Park's Dastakari Hut. And I asked him to join the gallery at that time. He did. And he told me that Dastakari Hut charges them 50,000 rupees for 4 days of stall, plus charges 15% to 20% selling commission on everything they sell. So they bump up the price. And because the price is expensive, number of people buying is less. And I said, well, on my platform, I won't be charging any selling commission and let's do this. So he joined on board. And at the same time, we had order from December, we got an order from Indian Army, from Google. I don't know anyone in Indian Army. They just emailed me saying, this painting is getting old, we want to revive it. Do you know how to do this? I said, well, we can completely recreate it or you can touch bases. They said, recreate it. So we had 4 artists replying back saying whatever they can do with this painting. And I sent that code to the Indian Army. Indian Army selected this guy. And this is all thread, guys. It's not painting. He has changed thread that many times and he uses simple singer machine. No fancy gadget, nothing technology. Has a small, chota shop in Patiala town somewhere. And that's what he is doing. He's only 31 years old. Since then, he has not done a single Dastakari Hut show anywhere in India. He's working from home. His English is pathetic, but because I have already details on my platform, he keeps on sharing that on his social media all the time. Looking at that, I said to him, with this order, go to Punjab TV and tell them that you have done something for Indian Army. They will celebrate it. And it happened. It got really well celebrated. And just yesterday, there was a documentary on him on DD Punjab. Done, yes. Plus, he got a UK visa for 5 years now as an artist visa. So he's going on to UK this end of this month and going to live there for 5 years, sorry. So this is the power of what we can enable them and connect them to go if they wish to. And these are some of the creative conference last June, what people were saying. We had Kailash Pandit or Abhijit Othwar and all. So these are people who are well known in the art industry, art scene in Pune. Not the startups like us would know. It took me a long time to know them. So, yeah. We had this Sudhakar Chavan sir's exhibition. It was first solo exhibition in Melbourne for which he travelled as well. And he got 60% sold out. And all his travel ka kharcha, paintings and everything is off. And plus he made a profit out of it. So I was very happy for that 3 weeks of exhibition in Melbourne. Plus we had, this is Vidya Bai, anyone knows Vidya Bai? She's a feminist activist and yeah. So she has a magazine called Miyun Sarajani which is active for last 30 years. Writes in Marathi, has only women people are allowed to write for that magazine and things like that. So I got to know her and I told her about my gallery and things. So she said we always need artists for the page cover because as a women activist they don't have women on the cover page of the magazine. They always have paintings. So I connected 6 of my artists with them, out of which one is from Sydney, one is from Singapore. So Vidyabai was very fascinated to know that people outside India know her or know her work and things like that. So apart from that, we had 3 artists who did not put a single stall in Diwali this year because they got orders home and they were happy and they actually took Diwali off completely for this time. Apart from that, this is a latest success story. We had this lady from Karat as patchwork, big quilts and covers. The paintings are with me, the photos of the work are with me. I have not even uploaded on the website, but we already had people who were looking for buying some patchwork things. I connected with them and she has already got 60,000 rupees worth of wholesale order from them. And so we are yet to, upload all the work on the galleries. This is how we connect people. This is happening tomorrow, the creative conference on the 11th of December. So if any one of you are creative people or creative people, ask them to join them. We have all these topics about the current situation, cashless currency and all those things. We are going to tell them about how to move forward because even Bhim 30 Jatra, which is like the biggest handicraft thing, has been cancelled and has been postponed to March and they don't know when they are going to do it next. So these are the situations. The last 1.5 months, all the exhibitions in Pune have been cancelled. And all these artisans are now left completely wary of, they don't know what to do next. So we are trying to teach them about how to go online, how to protect their ideas, how to think big. They are very scared of taking big risks. So we have an NLP life coach coming and talking about how to take big risks in life. And we have the first one, even registering the business. Like the lady I talked about in Karar, she's doing that patchwork business for the last 15 years and not registered as a business. She just goes and sells as an exhibition and comes back. So now Amazon completely denied her, saying you're not even a business. So she's completely distorted. She's like 15 years of all this and now if someone comes and tells me I'm not even a business. So this is where we realize that arts and crafts industry is the second most employment generation industry in India, but it's the most disorganized industry. So we are trying to organize it by educating and supporting these people in this whole venture. And that's it, I guess. So yeah, you can help us connect with artisans. If you have any ideas, do get back to us. If you know any bloggers, writers, journalists who are writing in this field, do connect them to us. We would love to collaborate with them. And these are the social media where you can find us. Just Google us. Cool.
Thank you so much.
Any questions? I thought you would have. So are you going to start painting after choreography and all?
No, actually I have a few painters who are working directly with me. And they are very good sketchers and painters, artists. But I see them struggling a lot because they go to these exhibitions and display their paintings. But then I don't think they get the response which I feel they deserve.
Yeah.
So now this is a very fascinating website I have come across. But how widely is it known across India? Let's take only India now.
India, it's 1 year old in India.
Okay.
Sorry, in India it's 1 year old, so it's fairly new, we can say. But worldwide, we have 200 artists from 10 different countries.
Okay.
Most of the buyers are from US, UK, and Australia, honestly. And in India, most of them happens घर पे ही जाके लेके आ गए. You know, like if you're an artist, your family members will start, not really family, but friends and extended people start taking notice of you because now you're online.
Right.
And the fact that your work is sitting with other 200 people puts your work up.
Correct.
The respect and the perspective of looking towards your creation changes. In India, that has been the biggest impact. 90% of the sales for my Indian artists happen within their own network. But the network is not now asking for free of cost. Because now they feel like, oh, now this person is somewhere X place. So we can't, it's a very bad manners to now ask for free. So that is what the impact has been for Indian artists.
So if somebody wants to actually get connected to you,
Yeah.
so first I think they'll have to register via our website and then they can upload their paintings.
Yes,
That's
we have an office also at Yamunimala. They can always connect on social media or our website, and from there we can take it forward. We upload the work for them, so they have to email us all their works. We have not given them access to it.
Actually, I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
So, like you mentioned that on a particular page in your gallery for an artist, you leave that space blank. So, is there? You also mentioned that there's a life membership,
Yeah,
$50. So, is there like a limit that the artist has to upload XYZ number of paintings or works of art?
So minimum it starts from 5 products,
So,
and maximum it can go up to 60.
okay, so 5 products, but then you have to, the artist has to maintain an inventory of some sort.
No, they don't have to maintain an inventory. They have to be honest. They have to tell me that order aane ke baad it will take me 2 weeks to make it. Or they will say ki no, it got sold, madam, let's change it. So we do not have any exclusivity rights. We do not stop them from working. If they get orders from home, more than happy
तो
to.
ऐसा कंपल्सन नहीं है कि 5 प्रोडक्ट है लेकिन अभी मेरे पास इसका एक प्रोडक्ट का 20 आइटम्स हैं मेरे पास
Yeah. So one product has multiple. That is fine. We are talking of one unique as 5.
हाँ.
Yeah.
1 unit is
Alright. Yeah.
See, art is something which only people who can value will pay,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
But many artists, they don't know what is the value of their product.
Correct.
You help in that also. Because
Yes, that
sometimes-
is what a creative conference does. To help them, and when we write that product information, as I showed about the painting, that is what my job is, to explain the value of what it is,
So you
which
can-
I write for them.
You help them so get a better value.
Better value by explaining what it is first, and building their confidence also by telling them, okay, now go and share this. Have you told anyone that you're doing this kind of thing? Have you entered competitions? Have you applied for awards? All those things. So I have to push them constantly to do that.
Many times people don't find that value. They say that okay, 100
We have to
rupees, 200
explain.
rupees.
We have to
Maybe
explain.
maybe it is worth some, maybe
It is.
5,000 rupees.
We have to explain. It's all about going. Artist का भी confidence ऊपर होना चाहिए. If the artist doesn't have that confidence, doesn't matter how much this marketer shouts and says it is for 5,000. They are going to look at an artist and saying, nah, let's only pay 500. So I have to make sure the artist also stays with me.
Yeah, I'll just ask quick 2 questions.
Yeah.
First is, I just want to understand first, initially you said it's not an exchange platform. With whatever you have presented, it feels more of an exchange platform, wherein you're connecting an artist with a buyer.
Yeah.
First step.
I've just said it's not only a marketplace. It is a marketplace, but also all these other aspects are added to it.
Sure.
Yeah.
And secondly, what is the revenue model in this? You said you're a non-profit making organization, so you're charging a fees.
We
Is this
charge-
one time or it is a...
This fee is one time, and then every time we have event or venue, we have other fees in it. So when we have group exhibitions, we have events like the creative conference tomorrow. Then as a member, they get a discount.
So what does the fees include? For example, if I want to register, so,
Yeah, it
So what is
includes
the
a web page for your name, and on that you can upload only 5 products for you. And you get connected to all these other strategic partners which we talked about, and you can get their services at a discounted price.
okay, and if there's any time period for a particular product which I've loaded, for example, I've loaded around 50 products,
Yeah.
and there is no sales concluded in next
Yeah.
6 months. Is there any capping on that? Wherein you remove that?
No, we change it only once a year.
Months. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Are you are you looking to raise any funding or?
Yes, I am.
Are you ready to fund?
Yes.
Great.
What about year-on-year revenue? Because you charge $50 burn, but you have a recurring cost which will go in
Yeah.
next 10 years.
We have a lot of these events happening. We have these
But
courses
that's,
coming up, and that is our revenue model. That is recurring.
Because as your community grows, surviving.
We constantly have a lot of people joining the gallery, right? We have almost, yeah. So that is the whole part, that bringing more and more people on board.
Yes. So I guess we'll take one last question.
So it was a nice presentation, and I can really connect to it because I know many artists, and I'm one of them, and that struggle is real. And so I just had one question because I'm also into wall painting and stuff, though that's not my hardcore area. I'm a digital marketer. And there are many people who are also, like part-time artists, like they don't, really work on it.
Mm-hmm.
So even they were looking for a platform like this where they can portray their art and all.
Yeah.
So how do we all get connected to you?
Social media, you can come to follow for the conference.
Okay,
And that is another way.
Great. And could you just explain one more time about the lifetime membership?
Yeah, lifetime membership is one-time registration fee to be part of this community, the Art and Craft Gallery. So anything that we do, the members get to know about it first. And once a member come on board, then we don't even have to market it outside of the community. That's how it is. So only the conference is the only thing that we market outside the community. We have exhibitions, we have these art exchange programs and things like that. These are the benefit that goes to our members only. Plus your works are displayed online all the time. You don't have to monitor it, you don't have to promote it, you can keep on working with your whatever you're doing right now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Akshaya, not a question, but I'll connect you to one Pune-based art gallery.
Sure.
Which is doing very well.
May I know the name, sir?
Ayatana.
Okay.
That's in Cap.
Right.
That is one. And then 3 artists which you can connect with.
Certainly, great. That would be awesome. Thank you guys.
So thanks Akshaya, thanks for coming up and sharing. This was sort of almost like a emergency kind of a presentation for her because she's got an event tomorrow and you can visit the site. You can still book tickets, right?
Yeah, and it's also walking, guys. It's at Portsmouth tomorrow.
Yeah.
Karishma Society.
Yeah, so
you
you
can share it.
right. Just visit the site or visit this town script. You will find the conference December things. And since it's online, so you don't have to worry about cash.
Yeah, we also take Paytm.
So all the other guys, artists, the unorganized sector which were affected by demonetization are profiting from this. And since this is a sort of a social entrepreneurship, that's why I said, why don't you come down and talk about it? Because I've been to our office and seen online also what kind of help their startup renders. And thanks again. Can we have a round of applause for